The climate is changing. The world is currently experiencing changes in the average temperature and an increasing frequency of extreme weather events. The question is, how is this going to affect ourselves and our surroundings? Do we need to adapt to this changing environment and this changing climate? And if so, how? During the past months, we have conducted the research on the possibilities of climate adaptation in business parks. Specifically for the business park here in Amsterdam, Sloterdijken. We might ask ourselves, how can we make these business parks future-proof? But first, why are business parks actually vulnerable to climate change? Let's ask an expert about this.
I think there are a few reasons why they are so vulnerable. First of all, there's a lot of impervious area, and the result of that is that water cannot infiltrate anywhere, which really increases the risk of flooding in the area. And secondly, there's little greenery in these areas, which causes temperatures to rise very high, because greenery can give shade and really lower the temperature. So I think these two points are quite important, or why these areas are so vulnerable.
Some companies in Sloterdijk experience the direct effects of climate change to their businesses. However, according to our survey that was sent to all the local businesses in Sloterdijk, 66% does not expect that climate change will pose a future risk to their building office. To minimize the risk of pluvial flooding and reduce the negative effects of higher temperatures, many innovative solutions exist, such as green roofs. But why are those innovations not yet implemented in business parks? Well, first of all, there is a lack of knowledge. Secondly, there is no sense of urgency. Thirdly, the question is, who is responsible? And lastly, there is a difficult business case.
The business case is a bit complicated when you just look at the financial aspect, because the benefits that green roofs create are more for the whole environment, so for all the people that are living or working in the area surrounding the green roof, and they're not the ones paying for it.
To kickstart the movement towards more climate adaptive business parks, we decided to focus on one specific target group. People that use Sloterdijken in a professional capacity.
When I started this company a couple of years ago, I live myself in Amsterdam, and I thought there's not enough green on the buildings, and we want to change that.
To activate other employees in the area, to start the change from a bottom-up approach, we developed a framework which focuses on three important pillars: educate, engage, and empower. What are the best ways to do so, and how can we actively involve our target group? Throughout the project, we visited Sloterdijken several times to get an understanding of the area and to hear the voices and opinions of all the relevant stakeholders.
Yeah, I think I can imagine that Sloterdijk is not the most appealing environment to work in, because there's a lot of grey and like stones and not a lot of green. So I think green roofs could really make a difference in that.
In Sloterdijken, I would say there's an incentive missing for some companies to really start doing something with this, because I think majority of the companies think it will only cost them money and they don't get enough in return.
I think it's most important that you collaborate with the stakeholders involved. So, for example, the municipality, individual companies, or the people living there.
Therefore, we hosted a co-creation session together with the municipality and local businesses, and also with experts on climate adaptation and the Green Business Club.
Nou, de Green Business Club is een impactorganisatie. Die bestaat uit allerlei bedrijven uit de omgeving die samenwerken binnen projecten op het gebied van duurzaamheid.
En wat zijn specifieke voorbeelden van de Green Business Club in Sloterdijken waar jullie nu aan werken?
Nou, in Sloterdijk zijn we nu druk bezig met de projectgroep Energie. Dus er worden verschillende gebouwscans gemaakt om te kijken wat daar verbeterd kan worden. Nou ja, en er wordt natuurlijk hard gewerkt aan de klimaatadaptatie challenge.
During the co-creation session, we focused specifically on the following question. What are the best ways to educate, engage and empower our target group to speed up the implementation of climate adaptive measures in the business park of Sloterdijken. While keeping the information in mind that was provided by the stakeholders, we developed a framework that was used to define the direction of our final product. The transition towards a future-proof business park starts from an employee who needs to have the right knowledge about the risk of climate change and the possibilities of climate adaptation. With this information in mind, the employee can address the importance of this topic to the company they work for. As cooperation is key towards any success, companies within business parks should connect with each other and create a shared vision to achieve the desired end goal, a climate adaptive business park. During the last phase of the project, we started to develop our final product based on this framework. With our product, we want to educate, engage, and empower any employee to become a change maker in the field of climate adaptation. Therefore, we created a digital tool which guides an employee in 5 different steps on how to future-proof a business park. Step 1. The problem. In the first step, the direct effects of climate change are described and the risks that it poses to business parks are explained, as is done within this documentary. Step 2. Possible solutions. In the second step, innovative solutions to become more climate adaptive are presented, including inspirational Photoshop imagery and several knowledge clips, for example on vertical greenery.
On a location like this, where do you think greenery can be added? An interesting approach is using the side of the building. Have you ever seen a green facade like this?
Step 3. Spread the word. In the third step, different methods are provided on how to share knowledge on climate adaptation and spread awareness within your company. This includes a downloadable PowerPoint template, which can be used as a workshop format to educate your colleagues. And also conversation starters, which can spark the discussion about the topic. Step 4. Create your network. In the fourth step, employees can connect with other changemakers in the area they work in. Besides, they can share tips, tricks, and lessons learned on a forum, and can get to know more about the Green Business Club.
En je ziet ook, doordat ze in dezelfde publieke ruimte eigenlijk gevestigd zijn, dat ze tegen dezelfde uitdagingen aanlopen. Dus door die kennis te bundelen en samen op te trekken, kun je eigenlijk veel meer impact maken in het gebied.
Step 5. Bring the change. In the final step, changemakers can download a tool that shows the cost of implementing climate adaptive measures and calculates the expected benefits in the future, giving them a solid understanding on the business case of climate adaptive measures. Additionally, more information on subsidies and other financial aspects are being